Have you ever had a moment where you accidentally picked up some spoiled milk and you drunk it and then you got a whiff of this sour taste in your mouth? Well, see, I just actually made that mistake. I just bought some milk from the store. Turns out the milk expired 3 weeks ago. Took a drink from it, pretty sour. And you know what else has left a sour taste in my mouth? WWE 2K26, and that's what I want to talk about today. It's almost like beating a dead horse at this point, but due to recent developments just both with this game and with the gaming industry, we need to have another conversation about this Ringside pass. I mentioned in my previous video about patch 1.06 towards the end, I briefly said that this is not sustainable. And I mean, let's look at it. I think earlier this afternoon or earlier this morning, Epic Games announced that they were going to be firing 1,000 employees. 1,000 people are now out of a job. Why? They said that Fortnite didn't meet the expectations that they had set. And I just really want you to get an idea of how insane this is. Fortnite, for better or worse, whether you love it, whether you like it, whether you hate it, or whether you've never played it, Fortnite completely changed the gaming industry. This game literally is the reason that everything now has a battle pass, which is like insane because WWE 2K26 is a game that should never have a battle pass in it. And Fortnite is the reason for all of this. Battlefield, Call of Duty, NBA 2K. GTA 6 is probably going to have some sort of a battle pass. But the point is, if this game, which is ultimately the whole king of this, if this game says that it wasn't profitable somehow, or it just didn't meet whatever high expectations that they had set, what in the hell makes you think that you can do this with a WWE game? Battlefield 6 was literally the best-selling game of 2025, if I'm not mistaken, or was at least the best-selling shooter. They just also had a bunch of layoffs, and they also have a battle pass. So, do you not understand? Black Ops 6 is like the lowest-selling Call of Duty of all time. Guess what it has? It has a battle pass. Warzone or Warzone 2, whatever the hell they're calling it these days, that game is essentially dead as dirt. Guess what it has? It has a battle pass. And if these games that made a killing off of them, if they are somehow starting to die out or just not be as successful with them, what do you think is going to happen going forward with this franchise and its inclusion of a Ringside pass? I think when it launched, the Metacritic score was like 1.9 and it's currently like a 2.3 or 3 point something. Steam, the reviews are like mixed. It's like 50%, which, to give you an idea of how insane that is, Crimson Desert just came out this past weekend and it has had one of the most mixed reviews in the longest of time. And it has a hell of a, let me just put emphasis on it, not a hell of a kick, not a hell of a kick Sami Zayn, but a hell of a lot more of a higher rating than WWE 2K26. And if you really sit there and look at it, a lot of people in their whole opinion on this game has changed. Normally, especially with this live service Slop, normally first impressions are the biggest thing. The first 2 to 3 weeks is really pretty much the make it or break it time for the game. Look at High Guard. The game launched and it died within 2 to 3 weeks. So you look at WWE 2K26, it launched in an early access and people were already coming into it with mixed opinions, a lot of negative feedback over some of the glitches, and of course the Ringside pass in general. And now we come back 2-3 weeks later and it seems that it has gotten worse. People are actually comparing this to the levels of 2K20, and at first I thought that was kind of a bit to the extreme. I was like, damn, it's nowhere near that bad. And then I'm starting to read what people have been saying in my comments. I'm going on Twitter, I'm seeing what people are tweeting, I'm seeing what people are posting. I don't know if I'll be able to include it in this video, but I'll at least include a screenshot so you can go see it. The craziest thing that I saw, somebody posted a clip of they were doing a post-match interview in universe mode, AJ and Becky, and I was just, honestly, I couldn't believe it. They levitated. They just completely flew out of the arena. And it looked so crazy that I was sitting here like, this didn't actually happen. This guy edited this clip. But the more that I sat there and actually looked at it, no, it was just an actual glitch. Like, what the hell is going on? And people, again, the whole public opinion is just continuing to sour. People are talking about they hope 2K can get sued for this, class action lawsuits. People are saying they don't want to ever pre-order again, that they'll never buy another deluxe edition again. It's just turned into a total complete nightmare, PR disaster. The saddest thing about all of this is that beneath all of this nonsense, beneath all of this corporate greed, these disgusting microtransactions, this nasty live service slop, the bugs, there's actually a pretty decent game, which is crazy to say. I know I've complained about the Ringside Pass 100 billion times, and I'm probably going to continue to do it. I know I complained about the purple bar, the stamina bar of doom, the stamina bar of death, but other than those two things, well, those three things, the game is actually fun. The new match types, some of the new presentation additions, but since I'm talking about issues in the game, the presentation is still broken right now. Somebody made a comment in one of my videos. He was talking about the renders don't work in universe mode, custom attires don't work, and he even said that his presentation is something that he likes and that it pretty much ruins the presentation, but at the end of the day it's not that big of a deal, which in the grand scheme of things, sure, that's something that it's annoying, but you can still enjoy the game. But you know what, considering that this game is for the millionth time, at the very minimum $70 and upwards to $150, I would expect something like this to work. While I was in the middle of editing this video, I decided to check out some of my comments, and some people were leaving some pretty good complaints. Shout out to Kimberly. Kimberly said that after the patch I couldn't load my progress, it had gone. Hate this game now. And this is what I really find crazy. We are bro, the game has pretty much been out for the entire month. Why are we still having issues with corrupted data not loading? I feel like, man, this is something that they should have gotten fixed in maybe patch 1.02, 1.03, hell, 1.04. We're literally, who knows, hours away, days away, a week away from 1.07, and people are still having this corrupted data. What are we doing, 2K? What's going on? But I also want to specifically point out this. We got shout out to ECW Corey. Corey left a decent amount of complaints. Now, I can't really speak on the custom championship because I haven't used it at all this year, so I'm not really too familiar with what he's specifically referring to, but apparently you can't remove the blank nameplate on some of the custom championships, which, just for a whole creative sandbox, that's pretty dumb, because like he said, that hurts a lot of creators' designs. Now, what he's referring to that I really want to specifically talk about is they have locked some entrances and victory motions to heel or face only. It cuts your options in half. Now see, this is the crazy thing. In my first impressions video, I literally had a portion where I was going to speak on this, but then I made a mistake. I actually gave 2K the benefit of the doubt. I deleted it out of the video because I was like, what, this might be a creative decision, a weird one, but you know what, I can respect it. And so when he left this comment today, I went to go actually check it out, and this is the stupid thing. So for Superstars, right, they've patched it, but the catch to it is it still exists in the versions for teams. So if you want to use a specific tag team victory motion that is a face, you can't use it in the heel slot, and if you want to use a heel tag team victory motion in a face option, you can't do it. And so now I'm just genuinely confused. I don't even think it's a creative design choice. I think this is just an actual bug, because why would you fix it for the single superstar option but then it still remains for tag teams? Some of the other things he mentioned that I do feel make a lot of sense. He talks about how Baron Blade can't be unlocked as a playable character or even as a manager, and I gotta agree. What is the point of bringing him back? You allow us to use the Myraz characters, but then you don't let us use the one who's been in the games the longest. Like, I mean, hell, Baron Blade has been in WWE games for over a decade now, and we can't use him, not even as a manager? What's the point? And then he also goes on to say, we can't edit or customize any of the other original Myraz characters, which is also stupid, because it kind of dumbs down the point of you being able to use them. Like, let's say I wanted to take Paragon J. Pierce. I wanted to throw him into his own faction, give him a custom t-shirt or whatever. I can't do it because I can't customize his gear. And so it just kind of feels like you're really limiting us with the stuff you're giving us. But maybe we'll get a ringside pass for maybe season 4, and you know what the ringside pass premium edition would come with? It'll come with the ability to be able to fully customize the My Rise characters. Oh my god, you just need to spend a little bit more extra money. Shout out to 2K for being so innovative. And then we have some more complaints. Shout out to Saint, man, from one Saint to another. I salute you, my brother. But shout out to him, and he was talking about, and this is what is crazy to me, alternate attires are still broken from top to bottom. Movesets don't transfer over. See, I didn't even know about that. The no renders, the game breaking logo swap glitch still remains. Like, some of this stuff, man, I had absolutely no idea. Then he also mentions how universe mode is broken. Dude, creating an arena is still messed up. See, like, this is crazy to me. Some of this stuff I didn't even know was still an issue. I assumed it got patched in 1.05, 1.06. Well, excuse me, 1.06 didn't do nothing, but you get the idea. So for these issues to still be prevalent, what the hell are we doing? You guys don't care about nothing except milking players for as much as you can, instead of actually working on the quality of your game. And I think that's honestly the point we've reached with the gaming world, which is a whole nother story, a whole nother tragedy in itself. But it's like, damn. And I saw another tweet. It wasn't even specifically about 2K26, but it applies. The person was talking about that no game that's $70 should have a battle pass. Like, why? If I just spent damn near $100 just to play this game, why do I need to then turn around and purchase a battle pass? That does not make sense. It works in free-to-play games like Fortnite because it's a free-to-play game. The whole concept of you throwing this into a damn paid title is just ridiculous. And you know what? I can even understand if it was a game that was cheap. It was a game that was like $40, $30, $20. But 70? 150? And then the part that really makes the whole corporate greed and is even worse is that the only way that you get all of the ringside passes, you have to pay the $150 edition. What? Not the $120. You don't get that. You miss out on the last two. Not the $100. I don't even know. I think if for the $100, the Triple H edition, you get maybe 1 or 2 of the ringside passes. And if you got the standard edition, you ain't getting a damn thing. You gonna have to specifically individually buy them. And then this is what is the stupidest thing. And I saw somebody did comment on I think one of my shorts about it. He was like, well, I made a couple of good points, but when I mentioned something about you can't earn RXP offline, he was like, that doesn't make sense, because this is the modern day. People who have next gen consoles are gonna have internet, and if you don't have internet, then what's the point of buying the next gen console? And you know what? You got a point. But here's my rebuttal. A lot of people for some reason seem to forget that life happens. Hell, this past weekend, PlayStation Network was down for a couple of hours. So imagine that you already have a limited amount of time to play the game. And this year with this ringside pass, it takes damn near 100 years, it takes a millennia before you can even move on to a next level. You get home from your shift. Again, you only got a handful of hours to play. You need to unlock this stuff. And then guess what? PlayStation Network is down. Microsoft, Xbox Live, whatever it's called, it's down. And you're just essentially screwed because you're playing the matches, but you're not going to get any sort of progression. Hey, let's say it's a snowstorm, or some kind of way that the Wi-Fi is down. You playing the game, you're not getting any progression. A couple of years from now, you get the game dirt cheap on a sale, or in a couple of years from now, you want to come back to it and just revisit it. Guess what? You can't unlock half of the damn characters because the ringside pass is gone because the servers are down. And before someone says it, well, that's what happens with the DLC in the previous games. Yeah, that's DLC. That's one thing. In a ringside pass, you have to unlock the people that you would have just gotten for free a year ago. How many times do I even have to repeat this? A year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, a decade ago. We're having to also unlock stuff that, was just automatically unlocked. Like, this is stupid. 2K knows just how stupid and annoying that this is. And something that really grinds my gears, one of the fastest ways to progress this ringside pass is my faction. My faction, man, again, if you want the best cards in the game, to be able to, just run through opponents, to be able to participate in the live event challenges, you're gonna have to spend money. And I'm seeing a lot more people are actually coming out and seeming to notice it even more. Somebody recently made a post about it, like the live events, they think that 2K is deliberately putting this system into the game where it's gonna take forever for you to get the cards to be able to participate in live events. So you'll just cave in and just spend more money. I don't even think that's a conspiracy theory. I think that's just pretty much the most obvious thing in the world. This game is just, it's a dark indicator of what this franchise is gonna turn into. Maybe that's just me fear mongering. Maybe it's just me being brutally honest. I really don't know. I don't know at this point. But I need to take a chill pill, cause I'm getting mad. I'm getting upset. And at the end of the day, this game ain't worth me getting upset about. 2K ain't worth me getting upset about. But man, that's just my thoughts. That's my opinion. Let me know in the comment section, what are your thoughts on this? Do you think that we'll see better days? Do you think this game is 2K22.0? Hell, I'd rather take Battlegrounds at this point. Okay, that's a little too far. But man, if it's your first time stopping by the channel, go ahead and super kick that like button like Shawn Michaels himself. Go ahead and spear that subscribe button. Matter of fact, nah, don't even spear it. Pedigree that subscribe button through the table. And again, just let me know, what are your thoughts on all of this? Crazy time in the gaming industry. Crazy time in the WWE 2K franchise. But your boy signing out, man. Take it easy.